Gunter, why did you goont my fries? I goonted them, and they were mine. What kind of goont goonts his Gunter's fries, and doesn't even goont him in the eyes? Gunter, there were tears there. If you goonted them, would you even care? Gunter, do you even love me? Welcome to Straight from the Muzzle, folks.
I'm sorry.
For anything but straight. My name is Space.
I totally missed my cue of it.
It's fine. And this is Paradox, and we welcome you guys to our show.
Holy shit.
Our Halloween special.
Happy Halloween, where we gooned our fries.
Yeah. That quote comes from Adventure Time.
So, quick interruption here at the beginning. We were at this for almost 8 minutes to try to get them to even get through that poem.
Paradox was singing it earlier. And so I'm like, you gotta sing it. And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do it.
Like,
as a poem.
I would have done it, but like, I'm just a scaredy egg, so it's okay.
Are we calling you a he, him now?
I mean, I still do they, them pronouns, but like,
okay.
He, they's fine too.
Okay.
Whatever.
Welcome to our Halloween special. It's last second, but because we weren't really planning it until like literally a couple of hours ago. Ready for that?
I mean, I thought about it and I was like, oh, we should do a Halloween special because those are always fun. And we were going to record it last week, but then my wife had to get a tooth pulled, so I'm sad.
Oh, I need to get a tooth pulled. Well, I have like this one molar. It's kind of like, I think it's dead because it's like cracked in half. So like half of it's missing. And so last night, like a part of it broke off while I was eating. I don't know what I was eating. Oh, pierogies. And
how did you break a tooth with pierogies?
I don't know. It was a crispy pierogies. I'm thinking the crispiness got to it. And I'm like, shit. I have a con next week. I can't get a tooth pulled, because it's going to be an extraction and then you're going to be in stitches. I'm going to be in pain. I don't want to be on that right before I go. So,
I mean, they didn't stitch up my wife. They just shoved a gauze in her mouth and said, all right, you're good. Have a great day.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Mine have always been extractions. They always put me on like laughing gas and stuff.
Oh gosh. I mean, yeah, it was an extraction. Like they pulled the whole tooth out, but then they just gauzed her up and said,
they're going to have to like,
bye.
They're going to have to like break it and pull it out in pieces.
Oh God.
I feel bad for my dentist, but he's also really hot looking. So I don't feel bad for him because I get to look at him as he's looking at me. It's kind of nice. It's kind of weird.
When
but
he
it's
looks
nice.
at me and I look at him. He looks at me.
Gunter.
No. Gunter.
Goont me. Oh, dentist. Please goont me. Goont me while you goont my teeth. I don't know. I don't even know. What is the goont? What is Gunter? Is that you said it was a penguin?
Yeah, Gunter's a penguin.
Okay. So then what is a goont?
I don't know. Ask Ice King.
If Ice King were real, I totally would.
Like, why did you eat my fries? Is the original because Marceline is singing why her dad ate her fries. So
my favorite like scene quote from that series is when I can't think of what's the main character's name?
Finn.
When Finn's like Marceline's outside and she's looking into this room and Finn's like just in like PJs or whatever, and he's like singing something about like I'm a tough tootin' baby.
Yes.
I will punch at your buns. Punch at your buns. It's like my favorite quote.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
If you're tootin' something, I will punch you for fun. I don't know, something like that. We have a lot going on for this particular special. We're going to talk about some spooky cryptids, but not all of them because we want to do a special episode just for cryptids.
Admittedly, I put in some of like my favorites. So, because I was like, oh, listen, I want to talk about some of my favorites. So they'll probably be retouched up on the episode later, which hopefully we'll have Ruby in on that one too.
Yeah. We'll also be doing a Mad Libs. So I'll be going to Telegram for that and to also you so that we can get this awesome story that I printed out. Because Adobe wanted me to purchase their plan in order to use it. And I said, no, thank you. I don't want to pay $20 for your plan that I'll only ever
that's
use
dumb.
once. I mean, I guess, you know what? I guess I could have totally used my work account. To be thought of for next time. Then we'll be going over some Twitter, Telegram responses, and emails from everyone. And then maybe some facts if we have some time after that.
Hooray!
Woo! So, what are our Halloween plans for this year?
Do you want me to start, or do you?
Yeah, you start.
Okay, cool. So
They, them first. I can't say ladies first, so you first.
thanks. So I actually have a little bit planned for this year. Last year was kind of a bust, and that's for reasons I won't really go into. It was a mess. But anyway, so
Pregnancy
this
scare.
year I get to
Scare.
What? No,
Pregnancy scare. No?
absolutely not.
Oh,
No.
you never know. I have a pregnancy scare every year. That's why my belly just gets bigger and bigger. There's a baby in there for every year that goes. Yeah. Anyways,
That's so funny.
I can feel him kick.
Oh God.
He's kicking right now. No.
No.
I should do that. Just walk around and be like, do you want to feel him kick?
Oh my God. That's, oh my gosh. No pregnancy scares. No, just some personal life stuff that prevented me from having a fun Halloween time. Halloween is one of my favorite holidays. I love it. It
Not
allows
for
me to
me.
be creative. Not for you?
Not big into Halloween. I think it plays into my fear of performing in front of people. So while I like
No, I get
watching
that.
Halloween stuff, I don't necessarily like dressing up, which probably also falls. I talked to my therapist about this last week. It's probably one of my reasons why I don't like to fursuit, because I have a fear of performing in front of people.
That makes sense.
Not on podcasting, because I'm not looking at a bajillion people.
Well, you
It's
don't
different.
see anybody. It's usually just you and one other person, maybe another, like maybe two other people, but like it's
Yeah.
not a whole crowd. It's not
My
a whole crowd
husband,
of
that doesn't
strangers.
count.
That's true.
Yeah, keyboard and two monitors.
Yeah.
But anyways,
anyway.
back to you.
Thanks. So this Thursday, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie comes out, and so
FNAF.
FNAF. My wife and I are super excited about it because it's just a game franchise that like we just absolutely love. So we decided that we were going to dress up and go to the theater with a couple of our friends. So we decided to dress up as some of the characters from the game / the movie, whatever. So I am dressing up as Foxy. So I have bits and pieces of pirate like outfit, and then I have bits and pieces of like fox attire, so like I have a little combination going on here. I have to tweak a couple things and add a couple things to it to make it look animatronic-y ish, but I'm excited for that. My wife is doing Freddy Fazbear. so she's being the big man himself, and one of our friends is being a security guard, and then his friend that he's inviting is going to be Bonnie, so the rabbit. And I'm excited to see what they come up with, because like I know the process that we're doing. We spent hours searching the local thrift shops and having a great time doing it. So costuming on a budget. As for Halloween itself, I was going to do something completely different this year, and then my wife comes up to me and she goes, can we please do like a couple's costume this year? We've never done
that's so
one. And
cute.
I'm like, that's adorable. I'm like, yes, of course we can. What do you want to do? And she's like, can we be Gomez and Morticia? And I'm like, yes, 100%.
That would be awesome.
I love the Addams Family, so I am really excited to do that. So I have all of that set up. I'm pretty set for Halloween this year. I'm pretty excited.
I will be at Biggest Little Furt Con during Halloween.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'll be at a con. In fact, this will be the first time an episode has ever been released while one of us is actually at a con. So this is actually like a first and kind of a cool thing. This Friday, no, not this Friday.
Advertise it.
Advertise it. I guess I could. We have badges. Have I showed you the badges?
No. Show
Dear Dog
me
created
the
some badges for us to wear. So
Nice.
let me forward you this badge. So I went to Dear Dog and I asked them, like, hey, can you create a podcast badge for us to wear when we go to conventions or meets? And she said yes. And so she designed two. One is for co-hosts,
I
and
love
the other
it.
one is for me that says producer and host. So a little bit different, but we'll have these available now for any of our hosts or staff to download and use if they'd like to. I'll get one for Crow that says editor, so that way he can
Yes,
wear his when he goes to his cons.
that'd be cool.
This is the first I'm hearing about the badges, and I'm super excited for them.
Some news that you guys don't know about. It's kind of been in the works for a while,
Do I
like
know
several
it?
months. No, you already know.
Oh, okay.
So we've added a new team member. Okay, so actually I should back up here for a minute. Before we get to our new team member, a lot of you may have started to notice that Paradox has become my primary co-host for majority of the episodes, and Sparrow has actually taken a step back from the podcast. Not for any reason because of anything happening with our podcast. It's just that she's got some things going on in her life that she needs to focus on. And the last thing I want to do is pressure her, which is why I haven't had her on as much, because I've already sensed that. So she's taking a step back. She'll appear every once in a while. She'll write maybe some notes for us for episodes in the future. But for the most part, you probably won't hear her as often, probably like once in a blue moon, whereas you'll hear Paradox, Ruby, Deer Dog, or our new staff member, Bix, more often than you will Sparrow. So it's not a sad thing. I mean, it's sad that I won't hear Sparrow as much, but it's allowed me to get into the group with you, Paradox, kind of get like a chemistry built up, which actually works out really well. And then kind of just focusing on some other things with the podcast itself, like bringing on a new team member, Bix Blue. Now, if you're on Telegram, he's in the group as Bix Blue. He specializes with Twitter, social media, and he also does some stuff for Italian Fur posting on Instagram. So he'll be on our team helping us out with some social media, and then he'll also be a guest as well. So, or not a guest, a host. That's what I meant. So we'll get some of him on there, and you guys will get to hear him, and then we'll kind of go from there. It's hard for like new people to join in because it takes a while for them to kind of get used to it. I think it took you for a while.
Maybe? I don't know.
I don't know. I can't remember.
It was forever ago. So long ago.
Basically, the best way to do it is to force them into it. And then they like it.
Just wait. You're just like that. You're my friend now. We're getting soft tacos
later. Yay. I love that series. Oh, I love that series so much. Gas powered stick. What is it called? It's the something heroes.
Oh. I can't remember either.
Oh my god.
Whatever it's called.
Hold on. I'm going to find this real quick.
Do it.
Gas powered stick. It's the best thing I can think of. Bravest Warriors. Webisodes. So
You're my friend now. We're getting soft tacos later.
that cat bug is so cute. I used to have a wallet of cat bug.
Oh my god.
It's so adorable.
Cat bug.
So that's the news. So Bix will be at Biggest Little Fur Con as well. So I'll get to see his fursuit in person, which I'm excited for.
Nice.
I guess the theme of BLFC, I'll kind of talk about that real quick. So this year, I've decided to volunteer. I've always wanted to do it. I've recommended it a few times in the past, a long time ago. A good way to be involved in a con is to volunteer, and you'll meet a lot of really cool people by doing so. And I decided to do that this year. I'm only doing like 4 hours on like the first day. But what's really cool about it is that I've been able to get access to the Biggest Little Fur Con break room on Telegram, which is really cool. There's all these people in there constantly talking about random stuff. Sometimes it's about the con. Then we use another chat program called Slack. And I guess if you work in more of the corporate world, you might be familiar with Slack, which is just a mobile platform for like communicating with each other. And so I get to see the ins and outs. I've gotten to see the programming, the schedule before it actually went live. I've met a couple of people because like of being a volunteer. So it's a really unique opportunity, really unique experience. And I can't wait to actually be at the con and then be volunteering. So I'm like super, super excited. Plus, it's the first con that I haven't had to do any work for a podcast. So I'm not doing any panels. I'm not hosting any events. I'm going for myself. Because of that reason, I am so psyched up and excited for it.
Nice.
Yay! But the theme of is like curse of something. It's basically a D&D themed con. So
Hang on. Cororatio? I have no idea.
Kororasa.
I am. How do you pronounce?
That'd be so funny if they had their FAQ on how to pronounce it. But they have a fashion show. They do this every year where you can like dress up in the theme of the con itself, and then you can I don't know what you win, but it looks like it's fun. I missed it last year because I was playing, what do you call it, hotel room con, because I was having anxiety attacks like crazy. So, I didn't get to do very much. But this year I'm really excited. They have tons of fun things. Like they have pool parties, dance battle, dance competitions, fashion show, the Fursuit Festival. What was the other thing I saw? It was like 18 plus. Oh, yeah. It's the 18 plus furry festival, which is an adult themed, I guess you could say, rave. So it sounds like really like a lot of fun. I hope I get to see a lot of puppies there.
Yes. Oh my God.
Puppies.
I love puppies.
Puppies are fun. So yeah, that's what I'm doing over Halloween.
Love it.
I'm kind of just like getting through the work week, and then the weekend will happen Friday or Saturday. I think we're having a game night at a friend's house. And literally that next day we're driving to the con. So it's going to be a chaotic weekend.
There's a convention that's coming up here in Ohio. It's not a furry convention, but it's what is it called? It's like Galaxy Con or something that's out. Anyway,
Galaxy Quest?
No.
It's an amazing movie.
Galaxy Con Columbus. I can't spell.
What was that noise?
Probably the cat, maybe? I don't know. Yeah. That was Gunter.
Goont.
Goont. Okay, yeah, so it is GalaxyCon. So it is...
He had a butt goont.
No. So it's GalaxyCon. It happens in December, from December 1st to December 3rd. And it's just like I'm going to say like just normal like Comic-Con sort of thing, so it's not like necessarily themed, but they have some guests, like special guest actors and stuff like that, like voice actors and whatnot. And there's a couple in there that I want to meet. I want to see them so bad. And I'm like, man, I just don't know if I'll be able to go. So we'll see. But like it's here in Ohio. It's in Columbus. Columbus is not that far. And like maybe if I get like a day pass, like maybe I can go. But I'm just thinking about it because there's a couple people that I would love to meet. So, but that's it. I don't know if I'll go or not, but we'll see. But if I do, I will be repping the podcast for sure.
Right on.
For sure.
So that's what we're doing this year, and we'll find out what everyone else is doing this year later on in the episode. Yeah. Let's talk about some spooky cryptids. Ooh.
Spooky cryptids.
What is a cryptid?
I was just going to say we should look up. Hang on, because like I know.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're the one who wanted to.
I know what
cryptids.
They are. No, I listen. I know what they are. I just don't want to like get the definition wrong. So like. Cryptids are animals that like cryptid. I can't talk. Jesus,
they're cryptic.
Sorry, cryptids are animals or creatures, beasts, what have you, that cryptozoologists believe may exist somewhere in the wild. So like,
it's on that fine line, like on the fence of like, is it like lore or is it real, kind of a thing.
Right. It's like this could be solid evidence, but like it's kind of like Bigfoot. Bigfoot could be considered a cryptid. So like,
I mean, I'm surprised it's not on this list. It's not. Bigfoot would be kind of spooky though. Oh my god! So this would freak me out. And in fact, any of these on the list would freak me out. But I have like this irrational fear of when I fall asleep that I'll wake up and see someone staring at me through the window, through the blinds. And so
creepy.
It's creepy, right? So can you just imagine like waking up and you look through the blinds and there's these big eyes and all of a sudden it just stands up and there's just this huge thing outside. Oh,
okay. Listen, our bedroom window is on the second floor. So like if I see eyes staring at me, I will shit myself. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Because that means it's like just an absurd of like height, and that disturbs me.
Oh my gosh, we were watching some Instagram videos last night, and there was one where someone took a drone and they basically dressed it up to look like a scary witch ghost. And then they flew around, and it looked like it was like in a different country, and people were just flipping their shit because it looks scary. Because the potential of drones is so much better now that you can like make it look like stuff. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so it's a creature that may or may not exist.
May or may not exist, is very heavy in like old people
Folklore.
that tell stories in the Appalachian Mountains. So
Back in my day.
or it's more like, hey sonny, don't go out into those woods over there.
I buried your grandma over there, so don't go it. That's why the water well's tainted.
Oh Jesus.
That's why the water in the morning tastes gross.
Only in the morning?
Only in the morning. Because that's when he killed her.
Oh.
Yeah, in the morning.
Oh my god.
While he was mourning.
Oh.
Anyways. Yeah, he's mourning. He's mourning in the morning, and that's it. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have anything else with that.
Anyway, so we have a little list of just a couple of them. Like I said, some of my favorites. I might be a little biased, but I'm going to really freak you out with this one. You're not going to want to drive at night. So they're called knot deer.
Not to be confused with the deer dog knockoff that perhaps may be made in Mexico.
No, definitely not to be confused with that. But anyways... Knot deer, you're gonna Google them? Okay. Yeah. I was gonna send you pictures because so what knot deer are essentially is they're deer, but there's just something not quite right about them, whether it be in appearance or the way they behave. Yeah, they're really creepy looking. So there's actually like a disease that like deer can get, and I can't quite remember exactly what it is, but it almost zombifies them and makes them act really stupid and really kind of freaky. Their skin and like stuff can start deteriorating and like whatnot too, and it's really gross. Not deer in general kind of freak me out just a little bit. Like if you're out in the woods somewhere and you see a deer, like some people are like, oh my god, it's so pretty, but like I'm like, I don't know. I don't like the way that those black eyes look at me. I don't like that. So anyway, there's always something kind of off about knot deer, whether they have like backwards legs or they're just a little too skinny or maybe their necks are a little too long. There's some artist depictions that are really off-putting where they have like almost like dog-like faces, and it's like they have like big teeth eating the flesh of other deer. So yeah, they're really creepy looking.
It is frightening.
Yes. Like
gosh. It's like one of those things where you ever watch videos about like trail cam videos?
Yes.
Those freak me out sometimes. And I feel like it's one of those that would like appear on there for a split second. And here's the thing, folks. I don't know why I do this, but I do. I love watching like top 10 or top 15 scariest crap on YouTube at night when I'm at my most vulnerable. Because I feel like if I saw this, I'd be like, I'm not sleeping tonight. I know I'm inside, but I'm not going to sleep.
It's like, or even if they stand on two legs, like if they just suddenly just stand up and walk around. Oh, I hate that. No.
Ew, I just saw one. Ew.
Which one did you see? Send it to me.
Like this, it's like a GIF, and it's just, I don't like this, so I'm gonna send this to you.
Okay.
I don't like the way it's moving. It's weird.
Yeah, like I said, it's something ever so slightly off, and like they move weird, or they look weird, or they behave very strangely.
I don't like the way it walks. It walks like an alien. Ew.
Yeah. Hang on, let me look at it.
It's freaky.
Yes. Oh God, I hate it. Oh.
You click on it, and there's like 3 different ways it moves. I'm just like, no.
Ew, hold on. Oh.
God.
Ew, I don't like
if I saw this in the forest, I'd be like,
fingers.
I'm fucked. I saw
Wait,
that.
wait. Are those titties on its knees?
I don't know. Could be like
Oh my god.
do they hang low? Do they wobble to and fro? Like, but these aren't like wobbling. They're just like steadily.
They're just there. Cat, what are you doing?
All right, let's move on to the next one because this thing is
Oh,
freaky
gosh.
gross.
I told you. So yeah, to anybody who's listening, look up not deer at your own discretion because they are very disturbing, very very creepy, and yeah. Anyway,
I don't like.
any deer sonas out there, like if you want to have a great Halloween time, just make your deer sona into a not deer. There you go. Perfect.
This next one's not too scary.
So the next one that I put on here, I actually found kind of by accident. So, and I'm going to expose myself here a little bit.
Gross.
No, not in a gross way. So, I made a character, I want to say about 2 maybe 3 years ago, that was loosely based off of a song that I found. And I was like, oh, I love this. It's spooky. I'm like, oh, I'm going to make a character based off this song. And then I realized that I accidentally made this character very close in its backstory and everything, very close to what this little old European, English folklore legend is. It's called the Black Shuck, or Old Shuck, Old Shock, or simply just Shuck. It is described as a large, ghostly-looking black dog. If you've ever seen Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, Harry's godfather, Sirius Black, is actually his animagus, the dog he changes into, is loosely based off of this urban legend. So the Black Shuck is depicted as a large, ghostly looking black dog with, usually some people say that he has 2 red eyes, some people say that he has 1 large red eye in the center. There's a huge debate on whether or not this giant black dog is a demon and they know it has ill intent. There are people that say that maybe he doesn't. There's actually a lot of people that also have claimed to have seen this dog out in the distance, out on a long night walk. Some women actually say that they will see this large black dog in a moment where they are most vulnerable, as if the dog is going to protect them. So I can't remember the name of it. Yes, it is really cool. The whole legend itself is really neat. So I accidentally made a character, and now I'm actually writing a story that's loosely based off of my character that I made, that's also loosely based off of the English folklore. So it's one of my favorite things that I've stumbled upon. But yeah, it's pretty neat.
What if it's just like a rabid black lab?
I mean, it could be. There was a church, I can't remember exactly. I'm going to look this up so I don't get it wrong.
The art of it is pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, there's great. Okay, so the Black Shuck at Blytheburg Church. So there is a church that has claw marks that were burned onto the door of this church, and it had that's how the door has remained ever since. But I guess if I remember correctly, I think the legend has it that the Black Shuck burst into these church door. Church? I can't tell. Church. Burst into these church doors, killed some people, and then just dipped out.
What?
Oh yeah, just on a dark, stormy night, just said, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill these people." But I don't know. It's really interesting, but still, the claw marks are definitely there. If you look on the Blytheburg Church's front-facing door.
Crazy.
It is. It's really weird. It's like I said, and it definitely looks like it's been burned into there, like something scratched it. So, big demon dog.
I just feel like if you're going there, you're kind of asking for trouble. You know how when you you look into something, you're opening up a spiritual window.
Maybe. I hope not, but maybe. I think out of all of these, I would take Black Shuck. Out of everything on our small list, Black Shuck, 10 out of 10. Don't give me anything else.
I don't think I would ever want to come across the next two. A chupacabra, which we are going to be talking about, I wouldn't mind so much.
Okay. Did you want to talk about chupacabra?
No, because I didn't pull up any of these.
Oh, okay.
You did. I'm just pulling up the images and reacting to them, basically.
Oh, okay. That's fine. So the next one that we technically have on the list is the Wendigo. This one is...
I don't like this one.
This one is a mythological creature or evil spirit that kind of originates from folklore of like the Plains and Great Lakes Native American areas. And so it's more or less, I guess say more or less, it is more like a Native American
It's
beast, not to mess around with.
It's a curse. They're cursed. Yes. They're basically cursed individuals. These two that we're going to be talking about, the Wendigo, and then of course the next one is the Skinwalker. They are very similar as to their backgrounds and origin, and they're probably like the freakiest ones. I would never want to come across any of these.
They're not fun.
They're not great.
They're not great. I know that some depictions of the Wendigo, like of it having like a deer like skull and then like a really skinny skeletal like humanoid body, I guess that's actually the incorrect way to depict it, because I guess it actually just looks very similar to a person, but it is definitely described as a malevolent being, very cannibalistic, supernatural. Definitely not something that you want to come across. It is strongly associated with like winter, cold, famine, and starvation. So like I guess when you come across it, you just don't feel good. So it's kind of like, I would imagine like if I were to ever see a Wendigo, I think I would probably feel like a cold chill up my spine, and I would feel very much a sense of dread and probably wouldn't be able to move, kind of like a deer caught in the headlights sort of thing.
Yeah, they're pretty freaky.
They are really creepy looking. Creepy. Also, as the fun little lighthearted joke, we said, Wendigo, where did he come from? Where did he go?
Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe, Wendigo. Oh my gosh. The next one is a skinwalker, or as recently I found, is people have started calling flesh pedestrians.
Ew. I don't like that. That's an awful term.
Yeah, that's what because people will say that if you say the word skinwalker too many times, you actually draw them near. So people are like, well, we'll just call them flesh pedestrians. And I'm like, that makes it worse. Like,
so
it makes it sound so much worse.
I'm just going to call them SWs.
Them spooky dudes.
Spooky dudes. We'll just say that.
Yeah.
They actually, I'll go over this one because this one's kind of freaky.
You go.
So spooky dudes, these guys are actually native to Utah. They're in Navajo culture. They're basically like cursed people. And so they kind of prey on that particular land. And if you guys have ever heard of a show, I have because I love watching it, Skinwalker Ranch. Oh my God.
I haven't seen it.
Like I have friends that want to go up there and I'm like, I don't want to go up there. Are you kidding me? I have like a supernatural thing where things can be attached or follow me. And I would prefer not to have things follow me home. But I remember I was watching here. It's hard to explain what a skinwalker is. Basically, they can turn into wolves, disguise themselves as animals. They can turn themselves into like children crying, or they can sound like someone's asking for help and you're not sure where it is. Like obviously in the middle of the night, if you hear some child crying, don't go outside, okay? I mean, that's a classic horror movie no-no. Like, obviously don't do that. But if you ever come across one...
Like, your name is called, don't.
Yeah, if your name is ever called, or if you see something out there, I would just run. But chances are you're kind of fucked if you see one. It's not a good thing if you see one. I had this really, really bad night terror. And I was doing some, like, I guess you could say digging and looking into spooky people. What do you call them? Spooky folks?
Spooky dudes.
Spooky dudes. And I felt like I got to this one point in my research where my red flags off went in my head and said, just stop. Stop looking into it. Stop looking at it. Don't look into it any further from that. And I'm like, okay, I won't do that. Well, I fell asleep and I had a night terror. And it was like the most scary thing I've ever had. I actually woke up in like the middle of these fields, and there were a couple like huts and cabins. And for whatever reason, we were essentially researching spooky dudes. And one looked at me, and it looked me dead in the eye.
Oh,
And it basically like lunged and attacked me. And I felt like, oh my God, it was the weirdest thing. Like I felt the scratches, I felt the screeching of their screaming. It was the most terrifying thing. I remember waking up and I was on the floor. And so I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. So it shook me up a little bit. I fell back asleep. Same thing happened again. And this time I was in this big old barn, and they said they had caught one. And so for whatever reason, it always seeked me out of everyone in the room. It always saw me first and attacked me. And I remember like waking up, and I think I did actually have scratches, and I can't tell if it was me scratching myself or if something else happened, but I can tell you what, it freaked me out. I didn't sleep for the rest of the night. When I went to work, I felt like something was watching me all the way out to my car. Like when something's not right. Like it's one thing when you go and you see a spooky movie and you get scared. No, I can't sleep. But it's another to like feel so terrorized that you can't do the most basic things like sleep, eat. Like I had to talk to my therapist about it, and I'm like, I just don't know what to do. And so we had to do like a whole meditation thing to get rid of the feeling. But I'll tell you what, it's one of the scariest things I've ever felt, and I don't ever want to feel again.
Oh man. So you saying that, like you telling that story, reminds me of probably the scariest encounter that I have ever had personally. I get really, I gotta roll my sleeves up because I start to sweat every single time.
I've got shivers. My hair is all standing up on my arms and stuff.
Every time I tell this story, this happened. Oh God, quite a few years ago. But every time I tell a story, every single time. Okay, all right. So I have always loved like the paranormal stuff. Like I love the spooky stuff. So much fun, right? And I personally feel like I think like you said, I also feel like I have like a sensitivity to that stuff. So long time ago, this was when my mom, this is like, oh God, I would think I was 19 maybe. Anyway, so my mom was married to somebody, and he would go for like our landlord, because he worked for our landlord, which was a little weird. But anyway, our landlord recently bought a new house, and so my mom's husband wanted him to go and like fix the furnace. So my mom went with him just for shits and giggles. Also, she wanted to see this, big house, which I guess used to be a children's home. Okay.
Oh.
Big red flags there. So, so I'm at home, and I get this phone call, and it's from my mom. I'm like, hey Mom, what's up? And she's like, I'm coming to get you. You have to see this house. And I'm like, okay, why? And she's like, it is haunted. 100%. I'm like, okay, what do you mean it's haunted? She's like, nope, I'm not telling you. She's like, I need to know that I'm not crazy, and I need to see if you can feel it. She's like, there's one room where you can feel it. And I'm like, okay. So then she picks me up, and I'm like, so what room? And she's like, I'm not telling you which room. I'm like, I just need you to, oh God, I can feel it.
I can feel it. Like, I can just feel like there's something not right.
Dude, it was nuts. So we get to this house, and this is huge. Okay, again, think, it was a children's home. So this thing is huge, all right? So we get into this house, and my stepdad's in the basement, and my mom and I are walking through this house. It was a nice house. It was huge, very spacious, so many rooms. And like, I didn't really feel too much of anything, but I went upstairs and I went into all the rooms, and then I finally got to this one room that was like on the left corner. As soon as I walked in there, it was like I walked into like a thick, hot soup. It was like the air was so heavy.
Whoa.
And I immediately felt so sick, and I was like, what the hell? I'm like, is this the room? And she's like standing like 12 feet back. And she's like, yeah, that's the room. Oh my God, I'm like actually trembling, like telling this story. Like it gets me every time. But like, I stood there in the room and I was like, oh my God, I don't like this room. This feels awful. I feel so bad. And like, it felt hot. And then all of a sudden I felt really cold. And I was like, ooh, that means I should probably leave. But being the dumbass that I was, I took my old iPhone out and I was like, I'm gonna snap some pictures just to see if I can get anything. So I start snapping pictures, and the more pictures that like I snapped, the more like gross I began to feel, and the more like my hairs stood up on the back of my neck, and I was like, I should get out. So I put my phone in my pocket because I turned it off first, put it in my pocket, and then I turned around and I started to go back down the stairs, and I'm like, I need to get out of this house now. I'm like, I can't get out of here fast enough. Like, I just felt like something was behind me. I just felt so sick, and I couldn't get out there. As soon as I stepped out of the house, though, it was like literal breath of fresh air. It was almost like I had taken my first breath ever. It was so weird. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm good. I'd like to go home. So on the way home, I'm in the car, and I happen to remember, I'm like, oh, I took some pictures. I want to see if I got anything. I looked through the pictures. The last 3 photos were completely black. There's no reason why they would have been completely black. Like, my fingers weren't in the way, nothing. They weren't snapped in my pocket because I had turned my phone off before putting it into my pocket. They were completely black. So I got home and I'm like, man, why is this? I'm just trying to figure out how they could have been completely black. The next 3 nights, I had the most god-awful, terrible, graphic nightmares. And then on the 3rd morning, when I woke up from like another terrible nightmare, I went to use my phone, but I couldn't. It was completely dead, even though it was on the charger the whole night. It died. Like, I couldn't turn it on. Nothing. I took it to Verizon because that's the phone company I was going through at the time. They couldn't figure it out. They said they had never seen anything like it. It just was completely dead. I had to get a new phone. So whatever it was latched onto my phone and zapped it. Fucking killed it.
Do you still have that phone by chance?
No, I don't, because it's dead. So I think I threw it away at some point. Like I said, this was years ago. But yeah, it killed my phone. Killed my phone.
I was going to say, if you still had it, I wonder what would happen if you took the images and you inverted the color. See if you pick up anything.
Oh, see, young me was stupid and probably didn't think about that. But yeah, like, the
question is, would you want to, though?
You know what? I don't know. Like that, and I've had some like mild, like paranormal things happen like throughout my life, because I 110% I believe in this shit. But like, oh my God, so scary.
I seriously think there's something in our condo. I'm not sure what. I just know that there's something there, and it's not like pinpointed anywhere specifically in there. I just feel like it's not bad or it's not good. It's kind of like in the middle. But when Felix is gone, like at the gym or something, and I'll be in the computer room working on something, I'll notice that like I have a feeling that something's watching me, and then I'll turn around and there's nothing there. But a couple of months ago, I was working on my computer and I had my music going in my headphones, and I thought I heard the door slam pretty hard. And I'm like, you're home. And like, our thing to do is like, you're home. And he says, I'm home. And I'm like, you're home. And I didn't hear anything back. And I'm like, what? So I walk out and there's no one there. And I'm like, what the hell was that? And when I turned around, I walked back into the computer room, and then something caught my eye. And I looked towards the doorway and I saw a shadow pass.
Oh,
there was no one there. And I'm just like, oh my God. So I locked the door and I waited till Felix got home, and I'm like, there's something. I saw something. He looked at me like straight in the he didn't believe me, but I'm like, I saw a shadow pass from one part of the door to the next. There was no one there. Why would there be anyone in the house? And I heard the door shut. You weren't here. but I checked the cameras and there's nothing. So I have no idea what the hell it was. But I mean, it doesn't it comes and it goes. So it's obviously not locked or attached to this particular, apartment or building that we're in. But something was definitely there. And it wasn't something that I just, I was seeing things. I saw something.
God, I don't like that for you. Ew. I do have a real quick one that's kind of similar to that. So this happened, I want to say, sometime in 2017. We had just moved into our new house, and I had kind of noticed, I thought I kept seeing a little girl standing in the hallway, and I'm like, I don't. Ew. Oh, listen, it was weird, and
why is it never a little boy? Why is it always a little girl?
I don't know.
Interesting.
Weird. Anyways. Maybe it's because girls just have more unfinished business. I don't know. But anyway, so it was so weird because now, mind you, I have a little sister, and at this point in time, I think she was I don't know, 13 or something. I don't know. so she was still pretty young, right? And I don't like to tell her this kind of stuff. I mean, she's fine with it now, but at that point in time, I didn't want to freak her out, nothing. So I didn't really say anything except to my mom and whoever. I was like, I don't want to freak y'all out, but I keep seeing this little girl just stand right there. Again, I didn't say anything to my sister, and a couple of weeks later or whatever, my sister comes to me and she's like, can I tell you something? And I'm like, yeah, anything. And she's like, have you seen a little girl stand right there in that hallway? And my face drained of all color, and I just looked at her and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, so I'm not crazy? I'm like, oh my God.
That's freaky.
Oh, so weird. And it's definitely not a malevolent spirit. It was definitely a nice one, because it definitely warned me about a spider that was dangling above me while I was sleeping, because I was sleeping, and then all of a sudden I heard somebody whisper. It was there's a spider. And then I woke up because I thought I heard somebody say there's a spider, and then I looked and I was like, oh God. I'm like, there is a spider. It was weird.
Oh my gosh.
So thank you to the little ghost girl who saved me from a spider.
That's freaky.
Yeah, real weird. Ghost stories.
Ghost stories. Freaky.
They are freaky.
All right, let's talk about our last spooky cryptid.
This last spooky cryptid, Chupacabra. So I do have a small story with Chupacabra, very, very short. When I worked at the Exchange, RIP, I loved that place. There was a guy that came in from California. He had moved from California to Ohio. I don't know why he did that, but he did. His name was Max, and Max was really cool person. He was also Hispanic, and so we were all talking and BSing one day at work, and then Chupacabra was mentioned, and he came around the corner and he was like, no. He's like, we don't talk about Chupacabra, no. And I'm like, okay. And he was like, no, bad luck, don't do it. And I'm like, okay. So we just never brought it back up. But Chupacabra is an old, more Spanish / Puerto Rican legend. Chupacabra literally means goat sucker in Spanish.
Yeah. So
it's very much, the creature acts like a vampire, killing animals and sucking their blood. It's also been mentioned in a couple video games like Red Dead Redemption. Which is a game that I'm playing the second one, but I'm finishing it finally. But it's really neat. Came about in the 70s to, it's relatively new, we'll just say that.
It looks like a mangy dog or a mangy wolf, kind of. It almost looks like it's almost anorexic.
Yeah, it's
hairless.
Yes, some people say it looks like a hairless, mangy looking dog creature that has quills on its back.
Yeah. And if you Google it, you'll come across just all different types of images and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as scary. I mean, I think of it like this. I almost think of it reminds me of, is it called a manged wolf? Those creepy stick looking,
the really tall looking things, the maned wolf or whatever.
Yeah. Let me see. Maned wolves are freaky looking.
They're neat, but
they're cute. They're super cute, but they are so weird looking. I almost feel like a maned wolf is a hybrid of a chupacabra and a wolf.
I don't know if that's possible, but maybe. What
I
about the
mean,
quills? Oh, well, actually, no, their fur on their back could like have looked like quills.
yeah, because their fur
Maybe.
does stand up.
Yeah.
I'm telling you though, if I saw a Maine wolf, I'd run. Just because
Okay.
it'd be like, you're cute. Bye.
Have you ever heard them have you ever heard their vocalizations?
No.
Okay, they have a very unique roar bark. It's like
Is it
a roar and a bark.
creepy?
It's if I heard this in the middle of the night somewhere, I would probably just evaporate right there. Just gone.
Oh my god.
Let me find you the YouTube video so I can show you.
Maine's wolf
Roar bark. I
roar
found it.
bark.
I got it.
Is it the
So
21-second one?
I think there's that one, but there's nope. There's one that's 2 minutes. I found it. Share.
I found it.
Oh, okay. Share it to you anyway. Haha.
Haha.
But yeah, it's really deep and it very scary.
Let's see. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, if I heard that, I'd be like, I'm done. I'm out of here.
It sounds really cool, but again, if I ever heard that in the middle of the night, that's a no from me.
That is a big fat no for me.
No from me.
But yeah, those are our
Yeah.
cryptids. This is just scratching the surface. I'm sure there are way more to go over.
Oh yeah, way more.
Oh yeah, way more. And we'll talk more about them on another episode specifically about cryptids. So if you have a cryptids story, maybe something like an encounter that you've come across or have heard about, or you'd like us to talk about, email us at talktothemuzzle@gmail.com or find us on Twitter or Telegram and tell us about it, and we'll put it in our episode coming up.
Yeah.
Moving on, let's go over, I've got Mad Libs, but let's go over some Twitter responses that we've posted
Cool.
or asked about. So I'm going to go to I'm calling it Twitter. I refuse to call it X. Oh, wow. We've made
to call it X.
4,444 posts.
Nice.
That is a forced even number right there. Heyo. So one question I posted is, what's your favorite thing about Halloween? Josh Wolf says the candy. It says the candy and then friends we made along the way. So, what candy
we made?
What kind of candy are you making? That makes you stop and say, "Oh, the friends."
That is great.
They're connected with the witch in the forest with the gold. What is it? One that has the house made of candy.
Oh,
God.
Oh my God! No, it's Hansel and Gretel. But
Yes,
like,
Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah.
Gosh. Oh man. From Pineapple, they say, I'd say my favorite thing about Halloween is the overall spooky vibe and atmosphere and the costumes. Very cute. We asked some people in Telegram to tell us about what they're going to be doing over the fun holiday. And let me just back up here. From Belka, personally, me and God, I can never pronounce their name. I'm just going to call him Ali. It's Alioros. I can never get it. I always mess this up. Are going down to Lubeck for Halloween. I believe they're in Denmark, so Lubeck might be either a festival or something. Where we plan on visiting a friend down there, be goofy, and possibly something with balloons. That would not be surprising because Belka loves balloons. After that, there's a fur walk around Lubeck at night when it's all dark and spoopy. There will be plenty of fun for our 31st or 30. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm struggling here because they put 30.
That's definitely 31st.
First, but they put a TH on it instead. So I'm like struggling
okay.
here. Oh, there's an eyelash on my glasses. Get away. Gosh. I hate wearing glasses. So they're going to have some fun with that. Yes.
Just steal a spooky dude's eyes. Put them in
thanks. Oh my God, what if? Oh, that would be so freaky, but like a cool story to like write about. It's like, what if you had to get an eye transplant and you accidentally got an eye from a skinwalker or a spooky dude? And so then you could see through their eyes at any given time.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
And like
that's genius.
that's like, oh, that would be freaky.
Oh my God.
Or like you could be like in your bedroom at night and all of a sudden like a glowing like projection effect happens from the eye and you can see like when it's like when that's particular animal is near, where you can like see things happening that you shouldn't see happening.
Maybe that's how you become a spooky dude. Like they they
Dude.
give you a piece of them and it just overtakes your soul, but you just see shit like visions.
They
and it
like
just
they like
slowly
take your
drags
eye
you
out
down.
and they give you their eye.
Oh my
Oh God, that's so
Dude.
awful sounding. It sounds like a freaking UFO. Like,
Listen,
oh,
NaNoWriMo is coming up. We could sit down and we could write a book. Space, let's do it.
let's do it. Oh, it just
Oh
sounds
my
it sounds
God.
awful just talking about it.
Oh my God. It'd be like role play, but like we're not role playing, we're just writing a book.
Yeah.
You write a chapter and then you hand it to me, I'll read that chapter, and then I will write a chapter. We'll write a book together.
Oh
Done.
my gosh, that would be amazing.
Creepy spooky dudes.
These creepy spooky dudes.
Creaky.
Creepy. From Mint Bunny, I'm going to a costume party. I'm excited to be a nerd couple with my fiance, dressed up as Raven and Beast Boy from Teen Titans.
Oh, that's adorable.
Yeah.
I'll cry.
Gably says, I'm going with my friends and we're watching their kids go trick-or-treating, and then we're going to go back and have a small feast that we'll make and watch horror movies and try our best to have a good time.
Nice.
And then back to Twitter. I posted something else. I got to find it. I don't think I found it. Yes, I found it. Josh Wolf also said, so I did ask, like, in general on Twitter, like, you know, comment below if you have anything like Halloween-esque you want to talk about. And they said that due to being in such a religious family, I never got to celebrate Halloween. We'd always go into like a shutdown mode. As soon as the clock struck 12, we'd shut the blinds, turn the lights off, wait for trick-or-treating to stop. Recently, last year, I got to do it for the first time with a couple of friends at a high school graduation reunion, and it was freaking blast. I ate so much candy that I got sick, but honestly, I didn't care too much because that night was so much fun.
Nice.
Seems like I know that there are some families out there that are just like, nope. Which, here's an interesting thing. So I noticed this. What does Easter, Halloween, and Christmas all have in common?
Oh, they're all pagan holidays.
Exactly. But what is so different about Halloween?
Halloween is the only time where we actually get it right, where we, let in all the goosty ghouls and, accept everybody for who they are. Oh my gosh, no.
It's the one holiday that like Christians and other like religions say like, no, this is like the devil kind of a thing. And I'm
witchcraft.
But the thing is like, so is Christmas and Easter. It's pagan holidays that also delve into that kind of stuff. Why is that okay, but Halloween isn't?
Halloween is,
so weird.
Halloween is technically the pagan version of New Year's.
Yeah, I could see that. I do have a story from Gabbly. This is a true story. Back when I was 11, I used to live in Florida nearby a cemetery, and always my room was the coldest in the house. I never questioned it until one night. There was... The fuck was that? Did you hear that?
I did. I was a spooky pedestrian.
Oh, my husband's in the kitchen. Okay. I was so freaked out. I had no idea what that was.
Okay, this is the perfect time for me to like private message him and be like, please scare the Udi out of him, please. Like, please just come into the room just wearing a mask or
God,
something.
no. No. Oh, gosh.
He
gets me too. I could be like sitting at my desk, the door is wide open, and he'll come in just very quietly, and then I'll look over and I'll see him and I'm like, Jesus. And like I like jerk back and I'm like, ah. He's like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, you have to announce yourself when you come into a room. And he's like, but if I announce it, you still freak out. I get really scared and really jilted super easily.
Funny.
Back to the story. There was a party next door and one of the parents, divorced, went out to have fun. I was home alone and told to make a pizza for myself, and I did. But during that night, I decided to check out my room because I saw a flash of something bright white. But then the power flickered off in my room because I could see the light on under the door. Ugh. I opened my door, and it was a white figure. It was about my size. My first thought, it was just a light trick until I flicked the light on, and it went away. And when I turned it off, was back. Oh, that's weird. So you turn it on, it's not there. You turn it off, and it's there. That's freaky.
That is scary.
I couldn't explain it, but after that, I always felt on the edge and never saw it again. When I tried explaining it to the parent, they didn't believe me, saying it had to be a trick of the light, that it was just I was seeing things, but it never stopped being cold in my room. Even to this day, no matter what house I'm sleeping in, it's always the coldest. And I swear out of the corner of my eye, I have seen a white figure again. Oh, I don't like that. I like cold rooms though. So like I welcome it. I don't like it's weird. I have a love-hate relationship with the cold. So like I'm always cold, which is the problem. But
Yes,
I can't
same.
I have something called Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune. Fortunately, mine is non-active, but one of the common things is always being cold, and that's just like poor circulation. So, but I'm just always cold. Like I can wear like a jacket at night, like double up, and I'm still cold. So it's weird. Let's see. From Maple Bartsy. I have an annual friend group Halloween party on Saturday with a bunch of games, a potluck of drinks and desserts and more. Sunday, I'm driving myself and my girlfriend 3 hours each way to Apocalypse in Connecticut, for which I have zero regrets. You should never, ever have regrets when it comes to a furry event. For actual Halloween night, I'm possibly going with my girlfriend and a friend to a costume party at a bar we love going to. I hope everyone else is safe. Happy Halloween. From Acris, I'm going to trick or treat after not going for the past 5 years, this time in fursuit. I am a firm believer. I don't care what age you are. If you come to my door and you're in costume, you get a candy. I feel like that's a reward.
I will come to your house then, and I'm
going to be one of those people that puts up, we have vegan food. Safe candy, healthy. We're giving apples and grapes. I can't stand that.
Oh my gosh.
What is it? If you put out like a blue or a purple pumpkin, it's supposed to mean that you have like gluten-free candy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I want to put a bunch of just potatoes in with the candy and see how many kids like be like, I got a potato. Like
I got a potato.
Okay, I don't know how I did that voice. It just kind of came out.
It's nice.
It just my vocal cords are changing.
Got me a potato. From, I hope I'm saying this right, Ariadne? Ariadne? Or Radney? I don't know. I'll be on my work week, so I'll be doing trail maintenance in New Mexico, but I'm sure we'll celebrate at camp at. Ooh, but what if you're on the trail and you see something? Always happens. Spooky. Okay, let's go to some emails. Mail time.
Which one am I?
Do you want to read the first one?
Where is it?
From your wife?
I'm trying to find them. Here we go. Oh.
Some of these emails aren't necessarily Halloween themed, but we did ask someone to write in. So you'll hear an email that's Halloween themed. The rest of them I don't believe are.
So, I'm going to say my wife's gamer tag because she likes it. It's kind of like her online name. So first one is from Zeep Zap Zoop.
Sorry, I can see that. It seems very like jazzy, but like in like the quarter almost kind of a way. I'm trying to think what it is. What's the place you go? Mardi Gras. It's very like Mardi Gras jazz.
I guess it is, yeah.
I'm going to say this word. I'm not saying it in the way that's naughty. I'm saying it in the way that it's used in jazz, but it almost sounds like a scat. Zip zap deep it up, goobat too. You know, like
oh my god. I'm telling her that right now.
Yes.
Hang on. Zeep Zap Zoop is just a scat.
She gets it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course she
anyway.
gets it. Okay.
Oh my gosh. So this is from my wife. She says, first, I want to mention the Honey Island swamp monster as a cryptid. I have no idea what that is, to be honest with you.
Googling it.
Okay, you Google it. I'll continue. She says, second, I want to share the story that lives rent-free in my head. When I was around 10 or 11, I was obsessed with impressing my slightly older cousin. This cousin randomly got into horror things, and my younger sister and I wanted to pretend we were two, like, also into horror things, in order to impress this cousin. One night while we were visiting, she had a friend come over to stay, and we all ended up in the garage huddled around the computer. The lights were turned off at one point, and the cousin looked up some random site about summoning ghosts. A creepy song played the entire time the site was up, and there were instructions on how to summon a spirit on one of its pages. Cousin found a candle, lit it, and the four of us read some weird incantation together. Nothing happened, so we went on with the night. So it says the next morning after breakfast, the cousin wanted to get a picture with us all before her friend went home. She had her mom take it with her digital camera, and then she took the camera back to check it out how it came out. There was a smiling, white, sort of transparent face on the cousin's shoulder. We all screamed, and the cousin showed her mom the picture. She said she didn't see anything, and when we looked at the picture again, the face was gone. The little spirit followed the cousin around for years, occasionally visiting other family members and simply existing in the same place until it got bored enough to knock something over. We believe we summoned a cat. I once felt it jumping around on my bed while I was napping. The cousin named it Huffy.
Okay, so right as you were reading it and I Googled the Honey Island swamp monster, did you hear a screaming noise?
No.
Okay, I want you to copy and paste the Honey Island swamp monster and Google it and see if you hear anything.
I'm sorry, no.
I heard like screaming, like high pitched screaming, like a terrifying scream, and I'm just like, what the? And that's why, like, if you listen back or if you heard me go the fuck like that, because
okay,
that's like
no, I thought I heard you. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Oh shoot!
I don't know what it was.
Said...
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Is that you? Butt face? Oh my god!
Yes!
It was Felix. Did you message him? Yeah. No! Oh my god! He's laying there with his phone. I swear to God, I didn't even know. I just heard it, and then it got louder, and I just got like, you know that feeling you said that when you went into the room, you got like this, like, I felt like my body sunk down, and I got hot and chills. I'm gonna beat you.
Do it.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah.
Damn it.
I totally messaged him. I was like, you should totally spook your husband here in like 5 minutes while we're recording.
Because like,
and he's like, okay.
As soon as I Googled it is when I heard that noise, and I'm just like, what the hell? And then when you went and Googled it again, I heard the noise again, like on cue. Oh my god! I'm not gonna sleep well tonight. Man.
I'm trying to put my glasses back on my face. I can't.
I'm telling you, my heart is racing right now.
It's funny because like I thought I heard something, and then like you were like, "What was that?" And I'm like dying. I'm like, "Oh no!" And then all of a sudden I heard it again, and I'm like, "Yes, Felix."
You heard it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like it, and it was coming from the door too. And I'm like, I've just got goosebumps, and I just feel so like freaked out right now. Wow, that was way to go. You got me there. You got me.
Okay, I had to message him like when you kind of like got relaxed and forgot about it, and then I was like, I gotta do this.
My God. Okay.
Oh, excuse me. Jesus. There you go. Payback. Ooh.
I think.
Oh man.
We will read the rest of the emails on another episode.
Sounds
for
good.
Time.
We can do that for the cryptid one.
Do you want to do a quick Mad Lib, or do you want to just skip that?
Up to you. I mean, damn it! It's my. Excuse me, Jesus. Whew. It is payback for
Let's do a
scaring the shit out of his
God, face. Oh my God, my face is all flushed and red right now.
If you wanted to do a lighthearted Mad Lib so you can relax, that's fine.
Okay, I need a verb.
Jumping.
Jumping?
Jumping.
Okay. And then I need an adjective. If you look at the list, I've given you examples.
Oh, did you? Hang on.
Yeah. So an
am I
adjective
supposed
is
to pick one?
describing qualities.
Okay.
We'll say spoopy.
Spoopy. Okay.
I need a plural noun.
Dragons.
Dragons. And I need another plural noun.
Farts.
Wow. Getting deep here. I need a verb ending in ing. I've got one.
Sitting. I don't know.
Okay, I need an adjective.
Deep.
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 So deep. I need another adjective.
Bloody.
Ooh. I'll put an adjective in. Smallish. I need a noun.
Canada.
A verb.
Dancing.
Dancing. Dancing all around. Oh, there's one in here. What's an adverb? Word that modifies or qualifies.
Came too quickly.
Too quickly. Ended too quickly.
Yep.
I printed this out, so. An adjective.
Hang on.
Gooey.
Did you say gooey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's see, a noun. I'm going to put the gunt.
The gunt. Gunter.
A gunter. Can I have a plural noun?
Fries.
Cries or fries?
Fries. Yeah, like why did you goont my fries?
You're such a dork.
Oh man.
Adjective.
Voluptuous.
Ooh, I love voluptuous. Okay, a part of the body. You can say whatever part you want.
My elbow ditch.
God. Okay, I need another. Wow, what is with all these adjectives? Adjective.
I'll ask my wife. Wife, give me an adjective. Yeah. There are a lot of adjectives in the world. Spacious.
Okay.
I don't know.
I need a celebrity.
Miley Cyrus.
That's so funny. We were talking about her today at work.
Yes.
Because I was saying, like, she sounds like she smokes like 50 packs a day.
Oh, shit.
A verb. It's an action.
Oh, flying.
I'll say flubbering.
Flubbering.
A verb ending in ing.
Lolloping.
Lolloping?
Lolloping.
I don't know what that is, but I'll put it
And
in
the
there.
great brown bear came lolloping over the mountain.
Is that another thing?
That is from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh, I haven't seen that movie forever.
Oh my god, but you've seen it. It's so good. Yes. You're my little choochie face.
I need a verb. This part's the hardest. Is filling out the whole story.
Falling.
Falling. I'll put fall because it's... Okay, I need a number.
72.
That's nice.
I don't know.
Okay, I need another part of the body.
Kneecap.
A verb, I'll put a verb in. Skedaddling.
Skedaddling. Lightly puts the Jeopardy music in the background while we do this.
That would be great.
I looked it up, and unfortunately, that song is still under copyright, so we can't use it in the episode.
Let's see. A noun. I'm going to put... What was it? Spoopy people? Spooky dude.
A spooky dude. Spooky, scary skeletons.
Spooky, scary skeletons. Bum, bum, ba-da-da. Okay, I need a plural noun. Boobs.
Okay. See, I was refraining of saying anything weird.
Why can't you can say things that are weird? Give me a noun.
Okay.
Give me a weird noun.
A weird noun?
Yeah.
Pornhub.
Pornhub. Okay, and then an adjective. We're almost done.
Veiny.
Ew, I don't like that. No, I just think of veins on like a penis. Like when it's super veiny, like, hate seeing that. Ugh, it's gross.
No, like super veiny peens.
I'm a gay guy, and I am very turned off by like peep pics and like just seeing videos, and all of a sudden it's just like the penis. I don't know. I'm not into like sex. I really am not. So that
It's
is
okay.
very weird for me. Okay,
See,
an adjective.
I think you and my wife are like the same person when it comes to like sex, because she's also like, it's okay once in a blue moon. She's like, really? Anything else? Ew. So, and that's fine. What'd you say?
It's an adjective.
Adjective.
I'm gonna
Purple.
put what did you say?
Purple.
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 A verb.
Trotting. To trot. Trot.
I'll put trot down. Okay, last two. Plural noun and an adverb. I'll put the plural noun,
Okay.
but I won't say what it is.
Okay. Last week.
Does that work?
Part of the one of the 10 examples of an adverb.
Okay. All right. So this is called, hopefully when Crow edits this, he'll edit all the dead space. So it's just hear us going, me going, give me this, and you gave me that, all that stuff. So
Okay. Oh, poor Crow.
Yeah, I edited out about 15 minutes of just dead space and also people trying to remember what different words meant, such as adjectives and adverbs.
the title of this story, and I've never read it until now, Throwing the Perfect Halloween Party.
Oh God.
Ah, fall. Who doesn't love jumping that time of year when the weather gets spoopy and the dragons start to change? Halloween is a time for carving farts and titillating candy and throwing Alan deep Halloween party. Alan? Oh, throwing Anne. A or Anne. Shit. I haven't, I'm sure there are spelling errors in here. You know me. Throwing a deep Halloween party. Halloween parties are certainly bloody, but preparing for them can be stressful. However, as long as you remain cool and smallish, your country will be something everyone will want to dance for. First of all, you must dress to quickly. Your costume must be gooey enough to ensure that you are the goot of the party. Classic costumes such as vampires and fries are always a hit. Keep in mind that
No, that
comfort
fits.
is rough. Yeah, this will be a voluptuous evening, and you don't want your elbow ditch to be sore later. Ew.
Ew.
Knowing who to invite is also hard. Ideally, you want someone spacious like Miley Cyrus. If that person can't flubberingly lolloping, get someone like Paradox, who isn't a bad idea, but just make sure they don't fall too much like last year.
No.
Don't let them have more than 72 shits so you don't wind up spending the entire party holding their kneecap back as they skedaddle all over the spooky dudes. Keep in mind that you're the host and other boobs need your Pornhubs too. As long as you are friendly and veiny and you provide plenty of purple music and some delicious furries, your guests will... What does this say? I can't even read my own writing. Your guests will toot you. Like to toot you. I guess fart you. If you follow these tips, your bum huggers will come back in the last week of December. I don't know. I think some child wrote this. So there you go. There's your Mad Lib of Halloween. That was very hard
great.
to read.
That was awesome.
I'm not going to go over spooky facts and stuff because, anyone can look that up. And it's also a pretty long episode. So I think that was good.
That was good.
I think that what the highlight is my husband scaring the shit out of me with sounds. God.
I will take that bow.
Oh my God. So before we let go, do we have anything else we want to say?
Happy Halloween. Stay safe. Eat all the candy. Just don't get sick.
Get shit-faced, but don't try.
Oh, sure.
You guys know where to find us, and we'll see you guys on our next episode, which should be about the book review for... I forgot what that book was.
Oh my
called.
God.
Sorry.
Furry Planet.
Oh, yes. Okay. Our book review for Furry Planet.
We should do a Mad Libs episode drunk.
Oh God, that would be amazing if I could do it.
Yes.
I could probably do it. You can probably do it. We'll probably do a drunk episode during December. I think that'll be fun. Anyways, everyone, thanks for listening in. Enjoy your Halloween and have a fantastic week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.